you should give up. You should give up. You've just clicked on a podcast on how to get more motivated. I'm not going to look directly at the camera because I'm in a dark place, so it's actually going to hurt my eyes. But you've just clicked on a podcast on how to get more motivation. Do you really think that's going to help you? Honestly. What is motivation? What is motivation? Motivation is doing the thing. You see, if you don't want to do something, like for example, let's say today I wasn't motivated to go to the gym. There's a nice bench for me in the middle of nowhere, and there's a tent over there. Hopefully there's no homeless people. Let me sit down. See, if you don't want to do something, like today when I couldn't be fucked going to the gym, I couldn't be fucked getting out of bed, all I wanted to do was sleep in, yet you do it anyway, that is motivation. You do the thing anyway, no matter what, because you know the outcome that's going to come. That is motivation, doing the thing. So asking, how do I get motivation? Or going to someone else, how do you keep motivated? Or watching a podcast or a video, how to be more motivated? That is not what you need. Most people don't know what they need. Most people think, all right, I just need to be a wee bit more consistent. Consistent with what? Why do you want to be more consistent? What do you want out of that? You don't review your week. You don't review your month. You semi-said in your head 6 months ago that you want to change, that you want to be different, that you might want to be leaner, you want to not be fat, you want to gain a bit of muscle, you want to be a better person. But you just semi-said it. You never actually did anything. You never actually started because you weren't motivated. And you're right. You're not motivated. You're not getting it done. So ask yourself, I ask you, why aren't you motivated? Why do you not know why you want to do? Why do you say, all right, I want to go to the gym? Why do you say, okay, I want to be leaner? Why do you say these things when you don't actually do it? It's because you just like the idea of talking about goals, because you get dopamine when you talk about goals. You get dopamine when you think you're moving forward. But actually ask yourself, are you moving forward? And if you're not, something needs to change. And most of the time it comes down to just carelessness, and that you're okay with where you are now. Because see, if you truly were going to change, see if you truly wanted to change, and if there was enough pain and enough of a why to change, you would have done the change by now. So it's either that, well, a lot of people tell themselves they don't have the knowledge. ChatGTP is free, motherfucker. You can hop in ChatGTP. It will create you your meal plan. It will create you your training plan. It will tell you how many steps that you need to get. Most people have this access to this information, and they've had access to ChatGTP for months now, years now. They know how to use it. The internet for years has had free programs. There's always been ways to get yourself to change, but you haven't did it because you're careless. It doesn't matter what information you're given. If you're careless and you aren't moving forward, it's because you just don't give a fuck. So you know what? If you need to be motivated to do something, if you need me to tell you why you should go to the gym, or you need me to tell you why you should change with anything, or why you should start a business, or why you should ask that girl out, or why you should speak up for yourself or stick up for yourself, well, you don't want it, and I shouldn't have to tell you, because that would be my goal. It is your goal. It is you. You are the person that wants to change. You're the person that wants to be different. So what is going to change? You need to sit down with yourself. Write out, what have you been doing wrong the last 6 months? Last time you said you wanted to change, what did you not do? And what do you need to do from here? And why haven't you moved forward? Is it because your friend group are shit? Your friend group hold you back? Are you going to point your finger at them, or are you going to bring that finger back, point it at you, and do something about it, and reach out to that person who you know is a lot more productive, who you know has their head screwed on, and hang out with them more? Schedule a gym session with them. Stop hanging out with shit people who are not serving you, who you don't even like, and you just hang out with them because you might have worked together, or you might have went to school together, or something like that. What is it? Is it the fact that you just can't be held accountable? Do you need a coach? It doesn't need to be me. Yes, I'm a coach. Yes, if you want to join my program, message me time, but it doesn't need to be me. Maybe there's a coach out there that you relate to a lot more, who has went through similar things to you. Why not reach out to them? Why not get help off them? Is it because you're scared? Is it because you're telling yourself you can do it yourself? Well, if you could do it yourself, why are you clicking on a podcast on how to be more motivated? We all self-sabotage, all of us, and that's why it's so important to have people in your corner. That's why I have multiple different mentors with multiple different perspectives on business, so I can get both sides and I can make my own decision from that. It doesn't mean I just do everything that I'm told. It means that I listen to them, get the feedback, and I move forward from there. I have multiple different coaches. I have a fitness coach, I have a mindset coach, a mental performance coach. Even in my program, I have multiple different people helping me out, because sometimes you're not going to be able to do it yourself. Everyone who's built anything of significance has had help, and this isn't a pitch for coaching. If it's starting a business, why not reach out to a business mentor? I'm not a business mentor, so don't reach out to me for a business mentoring. If you want to be a beautician, why haven't you reached out to another beautician in the area and asked, you know what, could you teach me to do what you do? If you want to start a gardening company, if you want to start a fucking AI agency, why haven't you reached out to someone who has a successful AI agency and been like, you know what, could you actually teach me what to do, how to do it? You haven't even asked ChatGPT how to get things going, because you love talking about these goals. You love when someone asks, yeah, I'm doing this, yeah, I'm doing that, yeah, but you don't actually love doing the daily habits that are going to get you there. So yeah, you could cut out old friends. You could reach out for help. Another thing you can do is maybe just give up. Maybe if you still haven't did it, and you've absolutely gave it your all, and you've tried everything, maybe you should give up. Maybe you should quit. Maybe you weren't meant to do this. Maybe you can't. And yeah, well, just quit. Just be average. Don't do what you want to do. But here's the thing. I know you don't want to be average, because you're listening to this podcast, because you are trying. Are you trying your absolute best? No. Maybe you are. Maybe you're actually winning and you just like these podcasts. But thank you, and I hope you get something from this too. But what are you going to do from here? Because I know you're not going to give up. Or well, you could give up. I know people who have given up. I've seen people give up. I've seen people who have so much potential, who talk the absolute talk about their goals and about how they're going to do X, Y, Z, how they want to actually impact other people on their journey, how they're going to make this happen, because this is the time, this is the right time, this is going to be the time that I actually do it, and they just don't do it. And that doesn't mean you need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. I had a client who quote unquote fucked it today, and he was apologising to me for fucking it, and I told him, lad, don't apologise to me, because you haven't truly fucked it. The only time you truly fuck it is when you give up on yourself. So if you want to give up, give up. Do I want you to give up? No. Are you going to give up? You make that choice. But I know everyone has potential. Everyone's been born with an ability to do something. Every single person is completely different and can provide value to the world in one way or another, and can, as a result, change the world. And I truly mean that, and that's one of my big goals. It's one of the big things in my work. I want to change the people within the world, and then as a result, the world will change for the better. As fucking strange that sounds, and a lot of people will be like, this man thinks he's the fucking main character. But you know what? I have a strong belief that every single person should be their own main character. So if I say in my life, I am my main character, that's not sadistic, because you listening to this, you should be your own main character. Treat your life like a movie. It's what I did, and it worked. It worked. Treat your life like a movie, and realize that when there are bad parts, that is part of the movie. Imagine you watched a movie and there's no bad parts. Imagine you watched, I'm trying to think of a random movie, the Barbie movie, and there was never that part where Barbie got stuck. I think she got stuck in the real world. Imagine she never got stuck in the real world. It would be very, very boring. Don't you agree? So whatever shit you're facing now, whatever people are saying to you right now, whatever bullshit you are taking in the ass right now, wherever you're getting dicked, this is all part of it. And you're going to look back and you're going to be able to tell your kids about how you went through this challenge, you went through this hardship. Because guess what? Your kids are going to also go through challenge. Your kids are also going to go through hardship. And see, if you had a really, really easy life, you're going to be useless to your kids, because you're going to be like, oh, I really want to help my kid out with this, but I've actually never faced any shit. But guess what? None of us go through life not facing any shit. That's a great thing, because now we can use that to help others to not face as much shit. So yeah, like, a lot of you want some motivation to maybe lose fat, to maybe build muscle, to maybe get in the gym, whatever it is. But realize that, see, building fat, losing muscle, going to the gym, they're all actually very simple things. Hitting your step, all of that is very, very simple things. It's why you do it and who you want to build and who you want to impact, which is the most important thing, and who you're going to build through that journey. And one of the deeper seeds to what I do through coaching, through my work, it's not just getting people shredded. It's not just helping people get comfortable in the gym. That's part of it. But with every client, I want to get them in the best shape of their life. I want them to hit every single goal that they have told me that would make them happy, just so they can hit those goals. They can get the six-pack, they can gain the muscle, they can fill out the extra large t-shirts, they can look great in the beach, and realize that that's not what made them happy. And you see, when they realize that, that's when the real work starts. That's when you go deeper, and that's when you realize you don't need to be happy to live a great life. You need to be fulfilled. You need to make sure you know you're moving forward. And if you think you need to be motivated, you're pretty fucked. So yeah, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you very, very much for listening. I hope this has been useful. If you have found this useful, these harsh reality checks, let me know, because a lot of my other podcasts are very easygoing, but you need good cop, bad cop. You need to hear the hard parts too. And see, with my clients, sometimes people need a pat on the back, but sometimes people need a kick up the arse, and that's what I'm here for. So yeah, guys, if you listen to this, if you're a client, text me. How did you find this? What have you learned? Or if not, just text me on Instagram. Let me know, what have you learned? How did you find this? What would you like to hear more in podcasts? And yeah, I'll leave it there. Hope you find this useful. And remember, guys, the only time you truly fuck up is when you give up on yourself. That's it. Cheers. Dialed in.